Every fan of board gaming wants the games to be associated only with a happy time. That unfortunately is not always the case, especially when you have to face such difficulty as tables. More specifically, the fact that, which may be hard to admit for some, that they're not always perfectly suited for this amazing hobby. Not enough room, having trouble picking up the cards, or having trouble saving the game. And even though up until recently a real luxury for a board gamer was to have a proper bookshelf, now a true sign of how dedicated to your hobby you are is a gaming table, and how well it's fitted for this glorious hobby. Hello everyone, my name is Kaczmar and you are watching Geek Factor. Now, for the past couple of months I've had this in my living room, this beautiful table produced by Wooden Castle. And I've had the pleasure of playing on it and, playing around with it for quite a while now. So, this is not the first gaming table that we've had. And after our first experience, which was, to put it mildly, not exactly pleasant, both me and my wife were kind of like cautiously optimistic when it came to like establishing our expectations as to what we can get, both from the company and from the table itself. Now, did it pass the test? Is it something we would recommend? Let's find out. The table is made from an oak wood. One of the most important things for us was the fact that, as of right now, unfortunately, we do not yet live in a huge, luxurious villa. So our possibility when it comes to the size of the table and the space where the table will be in, so the living room that you're actually seeing right now, they're unfortunately a little bit limited. So this was a key aspect of us. We also wanted the table to have a certain size, a set size, but that we could then unfold it to make it even bigger in case we wanted to host a party or a large dinner for our family. So this is something that I really want to point out here, that there is no such thing with Wooden Castle as like a set size, dimensions or anything, because each table is made individually to match whatever you are expecting. So basically what happens is you're giving them a call, you will tell them, hey, I have this much room in my place, I want the playing area to be of this size, and they will work something out for you. What's more, even if you don't have any idea as to what you want exactly from your table or what you want exactly your table to be, to look like, you can still just give them a call and they will know exactly what questions to ask to find the best solution for you. So when I want to make the table a bit bigger, all I have to do is open this up and then place the additional countertop on top of this. Now, what I like about it here, then not only does it give us really a lot of space when we need it, it's insanely easy to use, and also when it's not in use, when you have it hidden like this, you can barely see it because of how it's made. The countertops themselves are taken off very easily, and combined with these additional side countertops, it gives us an option to play inside the gaming area while keeping the components on one of those wings. Now, another delicate topic within this larger delicate topic that is gaming tables for us was deadlines. And here, no complaints. We set a deadline for 2 months, that we said that, okay, this table we can get it to you within 2 months, and within 2 months we got it. In fact, we moved the deadline a bit further because we were going away, so we wanted to make sure that we'll be home when the table was ready to come. It was hand delivered by people from by the Wooden Castle crew. It was put together right here by them as well. The whole thing took about 45 minutes. Now, the countertop and the legs, they come in separately. All you have to do is screw them in and you're done. And that means it will also be easier for when we move out, if we ever move out. God, please, let's move out someday. So essentially what we'll have to do is just make sure that whatever car we'll be using to move, well, it will be big enough to fit the countertop, because everything else will just come off easily. And then in the new place, it will just as easily be put together. The bottom of the playing area is made from a veneer board. Now on top of that comes this rubber playmat. Now I know what you're thinking, that you probably, when you looked around and you saw other gaming tables, you saw wooden boards that are basically where the material is sewn on top of them permanently. which is a good solution. I'm not saying it's not, but in this case, if you have a playmat that you can easily remove, then you have a playmat that you can easily launder. And here's what's interesting. The playmats are produced by another partner of Geek Factor, an online shop called playmats.eu. I've been working with them for quite a few years, and when it comes to the sustainability, how long you can actually enjoy them for, you know what, I'm not gonna say it, I'm just gonna show it. This is one of the first playmats that I have ever received from them. I think it was about 6 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. And since then, I've put this into the washing machine a few times, and every time I take it out of the washing machine, it essentially looks brand new. Now, obviously it's not perfect. I have 3 kids, so I can't really expect anything in my place to be perfect. But if you're nice around your playmat, it will work just fine for years to come. Now, because the playmat is removable, it's also two-sided, so you can have one color on this side and obviously another color on the other side. If you were to decide, however, that a rubber playmat is not something you might specifically enjoy, there is another option for you, which is to order a special velour mat. Now, you can also print stuff on the velour mat, like for example, I had my logo printed on this one. You can also remove it and put it into the washer, so it also stays clean for a very long time. And on top of below the very first surface, there's an additional sponge-like surface that, because of the board underneath, makes the playing area both, makes it as stable as you need it, but also makes it a little extra soft. When it comes to all the extras, then I have to say Wooden Castle did not disappoint. I mean, you have cup holders, you have wine glass holders, you have this light. I mean, guys, the light is amazing. Not only is it perfect for setting the mood when you're actually playing a game, you can also use it when you're not even playing. If the table is in the same area where you watch movies, like it is in our case, right? It's our living room. Then we can turn off, at night when me and my wife are watching a movie, we can just turn off every light, and then we can just turn on the light on the table to make the room, for example, shine with a little bit of a red light, for example, to make it to set the mood right. I mean, it is really, really amazing on this front. But I have to say that my favorite gadget when it comes to this stuff, I think it's got to be this cube. This is where you hold the extra countertops when you're playing. Now, first of all, not only is it a perfect solution to, hey, what do I do with the extra countertops when I'm playing in the table? That's one thing, but another thing, when you're not using it, where the countertops are on the table and this cube is closed, you can use it like an additional coffee table, for example. Or there is another version of this, which is essentially like a rectangular box, which you can hold the countertops in, but when you're not using them, you can keep the box next to your door and just use it as a bench for taking off and putting on shoes. So this is brilliant in its, technically it's, it's like a simple idea. Let's just let's just come up with a box where to put the countertops, but it really works and it really makes a difference. Knowing the creativity of the Wooden Castle crew, I know that additional gadgets are just a matter of time. Okay, let's try and sum this whole thing up. Now, when it comes to my experiences with Wooden Castle, I cannot complain about a single thing. They have been on time with everything. They have kept their word with everything. They are extremely professional. They asked all the right questions, including questions that I didn't even know I should be asked. Like, for example, which corner do you want the cable to go in for turning on the lights? I mean, it's really amazing how professionally and how holistically they treat every single order. So, like, I know when it comes to the table, I give it a strong recommendation, and I know that it's not a cheap affair. I know that it's not an easy decision to make. So feel free to think about it. If you have any other questions whatsoever, please just address them, ask them in the comments below, and I'll get to them as soon as you have a chance. And also, if you want, I strongly encourage you to reach out to Wooden Castle on Facebook. You know, talk to them if you see them at a board game convention. They're really nice people, they're really friendly, and they will, I'm sure, you know, if you come and you want to know, like, what's, you know, what type of, you know, what amounts are we talking about here? What can you do with the dimensions that I have available to me? What extras can we add? What extras we don't have to add? And all that stuff. They will talk to you about it. And just as a final recommendation from me, I have to say, and this is probably going to be like the most important line in this video, in this overview, is that ever since I have this table, I play more often. It's as simple as that. Okay, when my wife is not in the mood for a game, I'll play solo. I have plenty of solo games. And what's even more interesting is that not that long ago, I went completely nuts over playmats. I have dedicated playmats for games like Clank Catacombs, The Witcher Old World, Marvel Champions, and ever since I have this table, I have not played with a single one of them, because this is enough. This is what I'm enjoying. This is what, like, I have that feeling like you get when you, I don't know, for example, when I bought a new car, I used any excuse I could to go somewhere, to go pick up shopping, to go drive my mother-in-law back to her place. You know how much that took from me? And that, it's just like every single thing I could come up with just to drive my car. It's exactly the same with this. Anytime I can just sit down, play a game, have a little me time. It's like my form of meditation. It is amazing. And it is in part amazing because of how this table looks and how it feels. So, like I said, a strong recommendation from me. Any questions, please, the comment section belongs to you now. And thank you for watching, and I hope I see you soon. Bye-bye.